And now it's time for our main event.
I guess the video cut, whatever. But here we go. DeJuan Owen set to make his first walk out to the cage, Titans cage. He's come up to New England and fought before. We know he's a warrior. He's got 30-some-odd fights under his belt. A lot of finishes. Fought all around the globe. Dirty South DeJuan Owens. Honestly, one of the friendliest guys I've had the pleasure of meeting in this. We had a great talk about Western movies. He's a Western movie fan. I mean, seriously, we shared some laughs yesterday getting to know each other. And the only fight I've seen him in person was his fight against Nate Andrews, which was a dog fight, as short-lived as it was.
And yes, absolutely. And, you know, DeJuan Owens, this guy, his resume speaks for itself. He's fought nothing but the best. He's a road warrior. He's fought all over. He's fought tough guys. He's been to New England before. Like you said, fought Nate Andrews. He fought Louis Felix back in the day. He's been all over. He's finally making his Cage Titans debut against Jojo Giannetti, main event. A guy with this type of resume, when he comes into a new promotion, they stick him in the main event because he has such an impressive resume. And here he is, main eventing Cage Titans.
Well, first, I don't have as much information on the man as you. I do know that he's got a fire soundtrack. I've watched a couple of his fights here. He's got a good stand-up, a pretty decent ground game. He's got to watch out for JoJo's long limbs. JoJo's very tricky with his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's got so many different ways to attack you that I'm interested to see the hard-hitting, his hard-hitting opponent. He can stack up against JoJo.
Yes. Absolutely. He gets ready in the prep point here.
Had a patch fall off one of his shorts there.
Little wardrobe there.
He's got a banner. I don't even have a banner. Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Got to do it right, I guess. As he makes his way to the cage, DeJuan Owens ready to go.
All right, the challenger coming in, another out-of-state guy trying to spoil the party.
Now we have Skeletor. Joe
Skeletor.
Coming out to his signature soundtrack.
Hugh Whitney.
I do want to dance with somebody.
He's about to dance with DeJuan Owens. Joe Giannetti, a staple in the Cage Titans cage. His amateur career, his professional career, started off his career at 6-0, undefeated, got the call to the Ultimate Fighter, made it to the finale, fought in Vegas last July, got sent back down to the local ranks, and his goal has been to get back to the big show ever since. He returned to a draw with Josh Harvey, coming off a big finish win against Connor Berry, looking to keep the momentum going.
JoJo came off it was a controversial the way the fight had ended. It was a great fight. He came off of a draw with Josh Harvey. So as far as getting the roll down for what he wants to do, as far as get back to the big stage, he's looking for that big win, that big definitive win. And the crowd breaks out into Whitney Houston as I'm talking. Skeletor making his way into the cage. He's deadly off of his back. I know he's been spending time at American Kickboxing Academy to work on his stand-up and everybody else. I'm interested to see what new tricks JoJo's got for us tonight.
Absolutely cannot discount the work that he's put in with DC Habib over at AKA.
Halabib. Sand location.
Cassie is getting us ready for round one. And
Cassie.
for the final time tonight, getting us ready for the main event, here is Harry Jones.
Take it away, Harry.
Well, here we are. I got one question for you. Are you ready for the main event? I'm sorry. These two fighters have been waiting just as long as you. The blood, sweat, and tears that are in this ring right now have been waiting just for this moment. You're going to have to do better than that. So let me ask you again. Look at these two and tell me, are you ready for the main event? Our main event tonight. 155-pound professional lightweight matchup set for 3 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Introducing first, in the red corner, He has a professional record of 17-13. He's representing the Legion of Doom. Give it up for Dewan Owens. His opponent in the blue corner. He has a professional record of 7-1. He's representing South Shore Sports Fighting. Give it up for Joe Skeletor Giannetti.
Here we are, Richie and Jay. 12 fights down, 1 to go. Gary Foreman, our referee for this matchup in our main event here at Cage Titans 44. Dewan Owens in the black trunks, Joe Giannetti in the blue and yellow. Dewan Owens comes out flying.
Taking it right to him. Not wasting any time at all.
Not at all.
Here's the clinch from Dewan.
Right away, closing the distance.
Head pressure from Dewan.
It's an interesting tactic because JoJo can throw up flying submissions from here. He's actually very good in the clinch.
Super tricky.
He's got good trips and such, so I'm wondering if you know what the strategy here was to grapple up with him.
He's got those long legs.
Like
The
Gumby.
limbs that-
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Fantastic even.
Chipping away at each other.
Right at
Short
the,
knees.
At the thighs and such. Good head position by JoJo.
Joe trying to make some space. He's got that bite on that overhook. He's got that right underhook now. Letting it go, going for an overhook now, double overs.
Owen's doing a great job with the underhooks here, keeping the pressure very strong in this clinch. And he's trying to make this kind of ugly. He's not going to try and stay on the outside with the longer guy. I totally get that.
It's a grind, this clinch game.
Like I said, JoJo's not a slouch in the clinch either.
Back against the fence, but still double underhooks with Dewan Owens.
He's got the body lock there.
Remember, he did train with DC and Khabib and all these types of people that grapple and do just this all the time.
You could see the strength of JoJo improving here.
The leverage itself, you can see that he's doing a lot better with that because the shorter guy usually is the stronger guy just because of the leverage. But even with double overhooks, ooh, nice trip. Only problem is for Owens is that this is exactly what JoJo wants. JoJo is incredible off of his back.
Yeah, JoJo loves.
He's got slick submissions. This is a guy you got to be scared of when you're in his guard.
Yeah, he's definitely comfortable here. But Dewan Owens is no slouch either. Let's see what he's going to try and do, implement in the top game, trying to pass here. But very tough to do with the long limbs.
Yeah, for sure. Those legs, he's got to pass the guard. If he can get to half guard, I think he'll be all right. This is where JoJo's very dangerous, is that he can throw up quick submission, especially with those long limbs. Double overhooks still for JoJo.
Double overhooks and full guard.
Clasped flow guard.
Dewan just kind of stretching him out there. Trying to be cautious. He knows
JoJo might be trying to set up a triangle on that left side.
Got his knee on the bicep.
Yep.
So see that knee on the bicep, he's slowly going to try up. Once he does, see how he keeps blocking his arm from getting fully down so he can put the bicep. He gets it down there.
Now he's got the body lock from the bottom.
Not a lot
and
of
a
guys
butterfly.
can do that.
That's hard
and a butterfly
to do.
hook.
That's hard to do.
So he's got a butterfly hook off the body lock.
He can use this to sweep.
This is, I've never seen this.
A lot of guys can't.
Security can't get it off. He can't get it out.
Elbows now from the bottom.
I can't tell where they're hitting because of Owens' hair.
I'd say the face.
Close. The head area.
Dewan still trying to find a way to posture up despite having that overhook clamp down on his left side.
Overhook is
he's
really
content to grind here.
He's winning technically. JoJo hasn't mounted any offense yet. So as far as we know, the takedown really was the only point of the round.
A couple of strikes in the bottom.
Owens calling out to the ref for the back of the head.
JoJo being very active off his back, though. He's landing some short shots there. Using that body triangle still.
It's Still, he's just holding him here in this guard with that body triangle. It's tough to surmount some offense with that.
A stalemate almost.
He's kind of squeezing him. It's going to squeeze the air out of him. I mean, you know, it gets a long fight. JoJo's not exactly a one-punch power guy, so maybe he's trying to take his breath away from him a little bit. He's still losing the round by staying on his back like this.
And Joe said he wanted a quick finish in this one as well. He needs to impress the eyes of the UFC.
Yeah, sure. But Duan just keeping himself low like this and keeping Joe flat. He's just being cautious. He doesn't want to get caught with a triangle or anything.
Joe's also doing a good job of keeping those overhooks. So anytime that he starts to mount offense, he pulls him right back down.
High guard now for Joe. Back to the triangle.
Nice little short punches on the inside from Owens. Doing a really good job. Just soften him up. First round coming to a close.
10 seconds here. Joe not really able to get away from Duan at all in this round.
Nice right.
Oh, that one hurt.
Beautiful right hand to close out that round for Duan Owens, who spent the majority of that round on top off of an inside trip. Wasn't able to pass the guard and land any significant blows except for that last one, but control time all for Duan.
He did remain on top the entire round. He got that trip. That's an interesting round. That round does go to Owens, in my opinion, just because JoJo didn't mount any offense. He did prevent him from doing posturing up, but other than that, he didn't really prevent much. Now, did Owens mount any offense other than that takedown? Not anything very effective, but still he was on top controlling the fight. So that's what the judges are going to look at here. So I would say round one to Owens. Giannetti's down on the scorecards. You'd think that he's going to come out a little bit more aggressive. We just saw him Owens come out like a bat out of hell in the first one. We'll see if he does that again.
Yeah, JoJo's definitely got to reevaluate. He doesn't want to be flat on his back like that again. Like you said, I think he's going to come out more aggressive this time. But if Duan's smart, he's going to close that distance again. Mm-hmm. Take the fight to Joe. Don't let Joe fight at his range.
And he's done that pretty well so far.
Immediately closed the distance right off that opening bell, did Duan. See if he tries the same strategy here.
It's a seasoned veteran is what that is.
Yep.
Seasoned veteran.
For sure. I mean,
they taped up Duan's hair between rounds.
This is a guy who's seen it all.
It's the first time I've ever seen that, taping of the hair.
Oh, he had an elastic band in it last round. It wasn't working.
Nice leg kick from
Good
Duan.
kicks. JoJo very methodical with his stand-up. Ooh, that was nice. Nice oblique kicks that we got going here from that. Got some good technique going.
Nice side kick.
Ooh.
Big right hand for Duan, and here he goes, back to the clinch against the wall.
Right in front of us.
Game plan. Excellent game plan.
JoJo had an underhook on the right side, and he's trying to get rid of the underhook.
He just got it and replaced it for an overhook. I find that interesting.
Second time he's done that.
He's willing to give up those underhooks, and I just don't understand why.
You know, sometimes when you're in that clinch, you just got to feel what's best.
I guess I've just never been in there. I figure
he's so tall, and maybe those overhooks give him the same leverage that the underhooks do for the short guy.
He might be doing another trip going for another trip.
Stuffed. Almost went for the neck, though.
Now he has the double underhooks. Now here we go. Let's see what JoJo's got.
JoJo gets the takedown.
Beautiful.
Beautiful backdrop.
And here we go. JoJo's going to look to climb up and get in a mount.
Right as we were saying how confused we were of his strategy of taking two overhooks.
He gets two unders and then gets the take.
Whoa, what
Stacey
a sweep.
with the sweep. Nice butterfly sweep from Duan. I said Stacey. Look at me. I'm silly.
It's all right. It happens.
I mean, this guy is powerful.
With the sweep.
JoJo now looking for that high guard again. He's looking for the rubber guard.
A little bit of mission control here. That's going to keep, so for those watching that don't understand what's happening, when JoJo reaches up just like that, he's controlling Duan's posture. He's making it impossible for him to stand and bang. Because what's going to happen is Duan wants to keep his head against the cage so he can posture up and then land some bombs. As long as he keeps his hands there and keeps his posture down, it's impossible for Duan to mount any kind of offense.
But Duan has been really content keeping his posture down and keeping Joe flat on the mat.
So it doesn't make much sense to try and hold him there if he's just willing to be there to begin with.
Right. I think JoJo's got to start to wall walk to get Dewan off of him.
Not a lot of wall walking
No.
this evening. But then again, JoJo is comfortable off of his back.
He is, but
he's also
sometimes
losing
it could-
off of
it
his
could-
back.
He is. I agree with that. I totally
It can be
agree.
a detriment when it becomes, if you're losing off your back but you're still comfortable to stay there. That's not good. It's not going to win you the fight.
It's like
It will not win you the fight, and it will not win you the fight in an exciting fashion either.
First fight back went to a draw. There was a lot of back work getting done there. Who knows how that second fight back from the UFC was going to go to the scorecard. Spent a lot of time on his back there. Ended up getting the finish off of his back.
Which it's something to remember. We still have another round after this.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. And he can slap on a submission at any time from any angle. There's no way am I saying that JoJo's out of this fight.
No, not at all.
But there's been a trend that he's been strategizing of winning off of his back.
And it's been
when you're
tough.
fighting a 30-fight veteran, it's tough to do.
Yes, it is.
Because, I mean, Dewan's just been a step ahead of him this whole time, not falling for any of Joe's tricks, able to score a reversal. But again, JoJo still looking. He's got those Gumby limbs that you just are never used to, never get used to training with.
And to JoJo's credit, he's doing a well enough job with the overhooks that he's got over the arms to make sure that no elbows are dropping on his face. Because Dewan is trying to posture up for split seconds to try and rain down some elbows. And JoJo's doing a great job swimming into the arms and keeping that from happening.
JoJo's got to start to push on the head, see if he can hit him, get elbows, anything.
He cannot be content to just stay here. He has to get up.
Again, he goes back to guard.
He's looking to trap that wrist and set up a triangle again. Watch that right knee of Joe Giannetti.
Yep. He's trying to get off the cage.
Dewan
might be going for an arm. Might be trying to isolate that arm. Never mind. Dewan recognizes it.
It seems like that's what he's doing.
Nice pressure by Dewan. Oh, he's got an arm triangle, but he's in guard. He's not going to be able to finish it. Oh, nice underhook by Joe. See if he can use it.
Ten seconds left to go in the second round of this main event.
Oh, mission control.
We saw some kicks from Dewan early. We saw a scramble that ended up with Joe landing a takedown, but a reversal from Dewan, and that's where the fight stayed for the rest of the round.
Yeah, and again, Joe just kind of content to stay in his guard, but Dewan was content to keep him there, keep him flat, not let him do anything, and just land strikes where he could.
And that strategy is winning the fight. He should keep up that strategy.
It's tough to pass a body triangle.
It is. But you know what? He's winning on top. He doesn't have to move. He's already gotten the takedown. There's no reason for him to do anything from that point forward. It is up to JoJo to get up or make something happen. If he can't do that, then he's down on the scorecards 2-0 right now. He needs to be more aggressive, either in his stand-up, his ground game.
He's got to get on top.
He's gonna either get on top, or if he's on bottom like that, he needs to attack subs.
Right.
He can't just be content to lock his guard and stay there.
He's got to go for broke in this third and final round if you want to keep that momentum and that UFC trend alive.
Here we
Dewan
go.
Owens.
Last round. Both guys are still fresh.
Looking like he wanted to implement the kicking game plan starting off that second round, but he's looking comfortable wherever this fight takes place.
Dewan not breathing heavy at all. Very well conditioned, both of these men.
Great shape.
5 minutes or less to go at Cage Titans 44.
Jumping kick there by Dewan.
Oh, that was a nice kick right there.
Just missed.
Let's see if JoJo can get more aggressive with his stand-up.
Beautiful leg kick.
There it is.
And on the shot, goes to the body.
And back in the clinch again. Got the over-unders now. He's not giving up the double unders this time.
If Joe can get on top of Dewan, it could change the pace of the fight.
The only way I see those double overhooks working is if you were going to go for some kind of hip toss, but he's not going for those. So hopefully he's changed his ideas of what he wants here.
Well, he's got double unders now against Dewan.
He's definitely got the knees for the middle. He's going for the
leg.
trip. He's going trying to get the takedown. He's going to, yeah, it was good.
Nice elbow there. You got to hit him here.
I don't know what that chant was. Good, a couple shoulder strikes.
Inside trip off that over
into half guard into half guard, which makes it's on bottom is big, which is not a good thing. What Duan needs to do is keep that underhook. Don't see how JoJo's got that underhook. He jacks that underhook up. He's going to bring Duan's weight forward. Good thing that he's keeping it back.
He's keeping it tight.
But if he gets to one hip and jacks that underhook up, he could easily get back up or even take the back.
But he's just controlling the posture right here, not quite flaring that underhook yet.
Duan is so patient on top. Yep. It's hard to move him.
Duan's just keeping him flat here.
And that's not what in every jiu-jitsu class they do tell you, and if you've taken a jiu-jitsu class, always on a hip, never flat on your back.
Right.
You'll never be able to move. JoJo needs to get up onto a hip.
Oh, JoJo looking for the sweep here with the butterflies.
He does. I don't know what kind of leverage he's got from the opposite side. He might have it.
He's got a nice head and arm there. That's going to keep him flat.
Good shoulder pressure from Duan Owens.
Keeping him off of a hip. Duan's doing a great job. It's a great game plan.
Great game plan.
He's doing really well.
Joe here.
Completely. He's blocking the hip with his knees. He's keeping his chest pressure down. That's exactly what he wants to do. He doesn't want to give JoJo space to be able to get up or even make a sweep. He's doing exactly what his coaches are telling him to do. Smart fight.
Back in the half guard here. Joe lost his butterfly hook.
JoJo doesn't want to, or not. JoJo wants to flip him over. He needs to get his weight back to Duan. If he brings it too far forward,
he might
Joe can get the sweep here.
He might try and pass.
Duan's trying to push that knee.
Yep, trying to pass the side control or mount, depending on what Joe gives him. But never mind. Joe scrambles back to half guard.
Joe gets back. He's doing a great job with this arm, with that left
shoulder
arm
pressure.
is right here. That shoulder pressure is keeping JoJo from being able to do anything.
But look at that. Not a lot of urgency with Duan because Duan is content to just hold him down here.
He's trying to cut that knee through. But the shoulder pressure is the story here.
He's looking for that arm triangle.
He's got to get past the other side. He's not going to be able to do this cross body.
And Joe's
recognizing
legs.
that.
It's very hard to pass.
Oh, look at that.
Ready to mount.
Much deeper.
This could be tight.
He's got to get that that left leg over into side control.
And he's lacing the leg, which is
thumbs up from Joe. Thumbs up from Joe.
He's fine.
Until he passes.
Now to the side.
Much deeper. He's grabbing the leg. That's a great defense.
Good defense here from JoJo.
Joe's in desperation mode. Joe's in
danger.
desperation mode. That's a deep arm triangle, full side control. But see how he's got his hips off the ground? He's got enough space with the hips off the ground right there.
He's got to get more perpendicular to JoJo. He's got to make his body sideways and make that angle, make him choke himself with his own arm. JoJo's doing a great job defending here, putting that hand under his arm to make it impossible for him to bring that arm across.
JoJo's good there. He can breathe.
That makes him just enough space between the shoulder and the carotid to continue to breathe and have blood flow into the brain.
He doesn't want to do that, though.
Duan's
JoJo asking for action, but you know what, JoJo? You got to move, too. You got to move, buddy. He's in a submission attempt. You got to do something else.
Duan can stay here for as long as he wants. He's waiting for you to make up a mistake. Duan.
He's going to take his back here.
JoJo Giannetti rolling. He's out of the bad spot.
Back in the guard. Oh, one butterfly hook looking to sweep.
He's going for broken. Duan, unbelievable job controlling that position.
Still not dangerous here. Duan needs to keep that right hook on his right side, or that right underhook. That's the key to this position right now. Great. JoJo using those long limbs. I think he's trying to take the back in some regard here.
Yeah, he can do that with those long legs of his. And Duan,
nice knees to the ribs.
The story of this fight has been Duan's top game.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable top pressure.
Passes, good passes. It's hard to pass JoJo Giannetti.
Joe's looking like he's squeezing something here. Duan's looking like he's grimacing.
He's looking for a
shoulder lock here.
It's almost like a choke there.
Yeah, it seems like they're both, like Duan's uncomfortable.
10 seconds,
10 seconds here. Joe's got to squeeze for dear life.
I think Duan's going to survive.
He will. He looks fine.
Time.
That is it.
That's it.
15
what
minutes.
A fight.
Good fight. Smart fight by Duan.
Yep, he just
what a game plan.
Smothered JoJo for 3 5-minute rounds. We're going to wait for the judges' scorecard. Nothing is official, of course, but Duan Owens made his way to the top position all 3 rounds and stayed there for as long as he possibly could. Mutual respect shown between these two warriors as Cage Titans 44 has come to a close action-wise. We await this decision. We're going to wrap this show up. Giannetti with a look of disappointment on his face. Duan Owen seeming confident he's going to walk away with this decision, and I feel like he is right in feeling that confident.
He should be. He did a great game plan, stayed on top the entire time. He even got some good strikes in when they were on the feet. He got the trip every single round. He got a takedown in every round. A smart game plan, a great game plan, way to follow it, keep to it. I see Dewan coming out of the victory here, but you never know what the judges. 50-45 could have been something earlier.
Oh, yeah. No, again, story of the fight, top game of Dewan. Dewan sticking to the game plan, never deviating from it. And, JoJo just had a hard time, staying flat on his back. Wasn't able to get much offense off. Wasn't able to get on top.
It's unfortunate because JoJo is trying his best to get back to the UFC, and he needs better performances. I feel for him because he is a very, very good fighter. I wish he would show more of his skill set. Just not his night tonight. Dewan did a great job. All the credit to him. He did a great game plan. JoJo made some adjustments, but there was just nothing he could do in the end.
Got to kick up that aggressiveness, striking and grappling. Got to make sure you're on top. But, Joe's still a young fighter. He's 23 years old. He's got a ton of time and room to learn.
I always forget how young he is.
Harry Jones has the decision. We'll hear his voice one more time tonight.
Another main event in the books. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a big round of applause for these two fighters giving it all for you.
What flag is that? Do we know? No, dear.
We took it down to the judges' table one more time. And with scores of 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27, we have your winner of our main event by unanimous decision. Give it up for Dewan Owen.
Well-earned, good victory, and a quality victory over somebody that was in the Ultimate Fighter House, that did well in the Ultimate Fighter House. That's a great win for Dewan.
Before everybody heads over to the after party at Tavern on the Wharf, one more plug in there. After party at Tavern on the Wharf. I got to get a word with my man. Joe. I'm here with Dewan Owens, man. Listen, you set out on a goal. We had a tough fight ahead of you, and you said this is nothing new to you. How does it feel to come in here and silence the Hall?
Listen, I want to be clear with you guys.
Joe.
There's nothing wrong with supporting your opponents, but somebody's got to, your guys. Somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. Joe's got a lot of potential. I've got twice as many fights as he had. If I had fought him when I had the same number of fights, there's no doubt in my mind he would have won. Just experience helped me. I got a lot more experience. Much love and respect to everybody. I like how you all support the guys. And this is a wonderful show. I fought in a lot of promotions. Top class promotion. You guys, the fighters, are very fortunate to have a show like this and be able to keep fighting on it. So much love and respect. Thank you for being so hospitable to a guy who's not from here. Thank you. I'm serious.
Absolutely.
Class
We love
act,
to have
class
you.
act.
So you're one of
I like
our
to see him
guys
back.
now. We got another show in August. We love to have you.
One more thing. Shout out to all the Devil Dogs in the house. I saw old school Marine Corps vet here, 3051 up in here represent.
And
Thank
if
you
I
for your
don't
service,
say it,
Dewan.
you got two fans right here. The only one that have been waiting for you to cheer, nice and loud. See them here? Come on down and get a picture. And what do you guys say? They fly all the way out here for you?
Yeah. My homegirl Kelsey, I actually met her when I was in Uganda, and then she wound up coming to town. I do some humanitarian work there. She does too. So she came out. So I haven't seen her yet. So if you're here, girl, come up here somewhere. So.
All right. Thank you guys so much. There you have it. Your main event winner, Dewan Owens. Tavern on the Wharf for the official Cage Titans after party, July 13th. Grappling Championships, Cage Titans Grappling Championship. Join us at Pins, followed by a night of MMA and kickboxing. We're back at Plymouth Memorial Hall August 24th. We'll see you guys then.
All right, cool. What a night.
I'm going to wait for cameraman.
Night.
All right, let's close it out, gents.
Sir.
All right, so there you have it. Cage Titans 44 comes to a close. Fantastic action, top to bottom of the card. Great amateur action, great professional action. Joe Giannetti suffering his second career loss to the hands of Dewan Owens, of course, in our main event.
Yeah, a couple upsets there. Joe Giannetti coming up short. Dewan Owens looked incredible. Great game plan. But, I mean, come on. Arthur Mapofu versus Jeff Joy. What a fight.
Oh, my God. What a banger of a fight. It exceeded all expectations. The fight card top to bottom was amazing. Great finishes. Only a few fights had to go to decision tonight. A lot of finishes. A lot of high-class fighters here. Amateur and pro. Overall.